On March 16th in Pretoria, South Africa, the EFC year begins with 2 title bouts. Fighting out of Birmingham, England's Joe Cummins makes his decision to turn from coach to combatant real when he faces the legendary South African, Martin the Punisher van Staden, for the EFC lightweight belt. Van Staden seeks redemption after a title loss. Cummins seeks the highest accolade possible, a gift to his students. In the co-main event, the Mountain, Jared Vanderaa, returns to African shores, bringing the EFC heavyweight title with him. Waiting for him is the Congo's Ricky Misholas. Misholas sees the opportunity to bring the title back to his people, back to Africa. Vanderaa sees only another victim in his quest for world dominance. On March 16th, at Times Square, Pretoria, 4 men enter the hexagon, all motivated by a lifetime of struggle and triumph. For each, victory is a necessity. This is the countdown to EFC 77. Van Stodden versus Cummins for the lightweight title. Vanderaa versus Misholas for the heavyweight title.
Certain people are brought up in a nice area, they got nice things, they go to a nice school. When you haven't got anything, I just wanted to go out and get things, and that's the road it led me down. My crime life would be just fighting, collecting debts. I was a doorman since I was like 16. It was easy money for me because I could fight. It was just all I knew. Because you was a doorman and you had a name, it kind of led you down and collecting debts and stuff like that. If you owe somebody £50,000 or £100,000 or a tenner, you owe them that money. There'll be probably a lot of people that are shocked that I have been to jail. When I left school, I was a qualified nursery nurse because I love kids. Loads of things it's learnt me. It just made me come out and establish a certain path that I was going to go on. It just made me realise that I didn't really want to be wasting my time.
Born in the city of Birmingham, England's Joe Cummins has been a martial artist since he was a boy. A coach to his community since his late teens, he has shepherded numerous young athletes to international titles. On 16 March, he finally fulfills his own ambition when he faces Martin van Staden for the EFC lightweight title.
When I was about 15, 16, I used to work at the door of a place called Dudley. And one of my boxing instructors up there was like, "Oh, come and work the door for me." He come up to see me on the door, rough door. I always remember the day. He goes, "You need to come to Birmingham." And he introduced me to a guy named Carl. Do you know about MMA? This was like 2006, 2007. And he had a gym. And that was it. As soon as I got involved with that business, that was it. I never looked back since. And the main thing for me was I liked it. I like people. I like teaching people, and I like helping people.
Cummins has appeared in the EFC hexagon on 5 occasions. He has made a habit of winning by any means necessary. His patient rise through the ranks places him at the forefront of the division, With the belt currently vacant, the title is within his grasp.
Joe, he's a very, very thoughtful, very generous person. He puts a lot of people before himself. His biggest challenge, I think, was finally fighting for himself.
One of the lads that I used to train with done an interview and said something like, who do you feel that's not fulfilling their potential? And he said me. And the interviewer asked him why, and he goes, because he coaches the lads, but he's good enough to turn professional. I was always looking after the other lads rather than looking after myself.
We see Martin as the most dangerous guy in the division, and that's why we want the challenge.
And now his opponent, scaling across the hexagon. He is a mixed martial artist with an impressive 26 wins and only 10 defeats. I give you the reigning, undisputed EFC lightweight champion of the world, Martin the Punisher Stodden.
Welterweight, I didn't get it. Twice. I lost a split decision, I got submitted. Then lightweight, I won it.
Martin and Staden. Yeah, those two fists are like a wrecking ball, two very long. Once again, having his sisters Davis grabbing onto
I think every fighter is on his own journey. If I had beaten Drickus or David, I would have stayed at welterweight. Whatever happened with Drickus would have happened. I would have lost the title there. But I would have stayed at welterweight, which is not the weight that I was intending to fight. It's my journey, you know.
great coaches and great sponsors.
This marks 11 years of being in combat sport, which is not a long time. I started combat sport at 25 years old. How many guys are doing that now? Within 4 years, they're top of the food chain almost.
And there it is. Here comes Pisani.
Yes, I've come short. I've missed a lot of opportunities. Yes, it's been frustrating. It's been disappointing. It's been a road of ups and downs. If you look at my record, it's 26 and 10. Never once have I thought I need to quit. I've always got back on the horse and I kept grinding. I'm getting there. I'm learning. When I get there, I'll get there. It's just the journey. This is my journey.
10 seconds left.
Choking, is he going to get the anaconda in good? Oh,
And he does.
oh my goodness.
And now we
What a
go to the
fight.
judges' scorecards. EFC lightweight champion of the world.
Yeah, look, Dave won the MMA battle, we'll call it, but I won the fight.
Martin, how did the fight go for you? Were you not happy with the decision? What are your thoughts right now?
Martin van Staden stands in the pantheon of the greatest men and women to have graced the EFC hexagon. Despite only having held an EFC title once, the name of the Punisher is known across the world. With 19 knockout victories to his name, at 36, where many would retire, Van Staden continues to evolve, a student of a sport that is his passion.
You know, doing this sport, if I was single, I'd be an idiot, put it that way. You know, my wife's very structured, very organized. She just helps me to be more like that. The days that don't want to go train, like don't want to go sauna, she'll message me and go, listen, let's go sauna today. I know you're tired. Let's go do that. And that makes a huge difference, you know. Having somebody to back you, no matter what, you know, through the ups and downs, never questioning anything, always giving good advice. And sees your vision, sees your dream, sees where you want to go.
The most difficult thing I've ever done, but the most rewarding thing I've ever done. Just look at it. Yeah. It's insane.
You know, I'm 36 now and need to start a family. Having somebody that understands that the moment my career is coming first, and as soon as I'm ready, we'll have children and we'll plan for that. I think it's truly special. You can't put a price on that. Specific things that I did wrong in the day fight. I got stuck on the cage, weren't active enough, and my overhooks weren't heavy enough. Didn't want to wrestle him, I don't know why. I set out to fight him, stuff his takedowns. That was a game plan. Stuff his takedowns and knock him out. I said it to my wife, I said, I've become domesticated. When I started, I was a thug. I was trying to beat people up quickly and as violently as possible. I want to knock your head off your shoulder. I had bad intent. I think with my last couple fights, even though it's worked, knocking out 3 guys in a row, lightweight division, become domesticated. I want to play the pitter-patter, 1-for-1, catch you, outsmart you. The day fight, terrible. I'm angry. I was just there. I was not active enough. Cummins is a different fighter. Yes, he's going to shoot on me. Guaranteed he's going to shoot on me. But I want to make sure that if he shoots on me, I'm wrestling him and he's not wrestling me. I want to make sure that when I land, I'm landing clean and hard. I want to make sure that I come out super aggressive and finish this guy.
On March 16th, the man seeking redemption steps into the hexagon to face a fighter searching for an inner truth.
Cummins can expect me to come out very hard. I'm coming to put pressure on him. I'm coming to cut him up. I'm going to hurt him.
I don't know where it's going to end. I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is I'll be standing there with a belt.
Both step into the unknown, each bringing the same unanswered question. Here, do I belong?
I will be retaking my EFC title by any means necessary.
Martin, I'll see you on the 16th of March, mate.
On the same night as the lightweight title is contested, the Mountain, Jared Vanderaa, EFC heavyweight champion, and the Apocalypse, Ricky Misholas, contest the heavyweight belt. For Ricky, a quest from boyhood is finally reaching its height.
A few things about you.
What's it?
And Microsoft Word.
What is it?
It's like for computer.
My hero growing up, first of all, was my father. I like the way he raised us. I like the way he's a hard worker. He was doing everything for the family. So he was there for us. He's my hero. He's my hero for everything. Up to date, he always phoned me to give me advice. He phoned me saying, "Oh, I saw you win the fight. Congrats, carry on doing this."
Yes.
He's my hero because he always pushed me. He always helped me with my vision.
Don't be scared.
My game is this.
You need
This
to
is not
be,
my game.
You need to be relaxed.
No, you stay outside. Don't come inside. I grew up in Congo, in the area which is the capital, which they call Kinshasa. And then I was raised in the area which they call Masina. That area was a hectic area. Boy, bring my other phone. Rough area. When you're growing up, there's two kids, maybe they're fighting each other, whatever, in the street. We got elders in the street where they're gonna put you inside, maybe in one house, which is not even built yet, whatever. They're gonna put you inside, they're gonna let you guys fighting each other. That's why I had that mentality of fighting. Fighting is like you ask me a question, why you like to eat? It's something that is in me. I was born in a fighting way. in a country where they always war. When I'm inside that cage, I feel like to me it's like I'm inspiring other people, and to me it's a great thing. You know, it's a great thing of my life. You know, I love it.
Ricky Misholas made his EFC debut at EFC 12 and carved a name for himself as a brawler, a man with an unbeatable right hand, one of the organization's most feared heavyweights. He was also limited. As wins turned to title contention and upper echelon opponents brought defeat, Misholas' resolution has grown. Always he evolves. Always he has kept the title in his sights.
With Jared, I think he's a decent guy, he's a good guy. He fought the best in the heavyweight division, and I've got so much respect for him. But coming fight, there's no respect.
On March 16, Misholas finally gets his title shot. Across the ocean and to the west, his adversary awaits. A champion they call the Mountain.
Do we want to go like real deep into this?
If you want to, yeah. If this is your story.
All right.
We'd love to hear it. So.
All right. Ready? I remember when I was a younger kid, the place I was living had a gun laying around the house for home protection. Now, at the time, I did not know that this gun was I want to say airsoft or a BB gun. To me, it was a real gun. It was heavy like a gun. I had it under my pillow just because the people that were coming into my house were drug addicts, drug mules, drug dealers. I was a very young boy. One night, one of my family members came busting in my door. I didn't realize it was family. I immediately woke up and pointed the gun at that person. You know, granted, or it wasn't fully like 44 or like a gun that could truly kill someone. The fact that at the age of 6 and 7, I was attempted to pull a trigger on a family member for my safety. That definitely haunted me for a while. I mean, I can tell you about all the times I was hit, beat, you know, but I can't do that now. It's kind of hard not to feel sorry for me there.
Can you tell us who that person was, or do you know?
For that person, I'm not sharing. That person has overcome a lot of their obstacles in their life. I don't want to bring that person down. I know that person's struggle. I'm happy that person's doing good. That person knows who that person is, and that person knows I love them very much. That person also knows I regret what happened.
Capiche? All right. Ready? I'm on, Paul. Face the bag, or the bag's gonna beat you up. Go.
My name is Lauren, and I'm Jared's girlfriend.
Can you tell us how you became the father of your daughter?
Do you want the true story or the story that my partner's gonna give? There's no nice way to sum this up. We were single. One thing led to another, and
Oh, thanks for giving her a bath last night.
What's the most challenging thing for you supporting his MMA career?
When he leaves, it is, or during his fight camps, it can be. Sometimes he has to not work.
I work 3 jobs in a sense. Training, I train as much as I can. I teach most evenings, and then when I bounce, I do that usually weekend nights. Just make sure people don't act stupid, prevent fights, stop them from doing drugs. It's very tiring. Thank God for coffee. There was a time I actually went to CBU and I got the tuition bill and I was this. It's like, I can't pay for the university lifestyle, and I was like, I have to make a decision what I want to do. Like, do I want to be at the grocery store working? No one there I worked with seemed happy. Once they're in their 30s and 40s, they looked like they hated themselves. So at 18, I was like, F it, I'm already paying, I'm already busting my ass for this career. F it, let's make a run.
For Jared Vanderaa, the road to the EFC heavyweight title has been long.
That was the best decision to go like 9-8 in my amateur career. Mental game was not where I needed to be. I remember one fight, I was so worried about this woman. They didn't play the right music. I mean, just so simple, stupid things like that.
Vanderaa laid the foundation for a warrior able to withstand the pressure of the long-term battle to rise to the top.
Those guys that go 10-0 in their amateur career, and they say they take an early loss in their pro career, and they don't know how to handle it. They're like, oh my God, I suffered the losses early. And then when I turned pro, I went on a 5-fight winning streak.
Entering the EFC organization with an immediate title shot against then-champion Vanderaa, he has cast an iron shadow over the division. He took the title at EFC 76 and will defend it for the first time when he meets Misholas on March 16.
I don't fight for my daughter. I know that sounds kind of cliche or douchey. At the end of the day, I still do this for me. I know what I do puts strain on a lot of my family, my personal life, my work life. This is very selfish of me. But at the same time, I can do things that my family never gave me, and I can show my daughter that. Show my daughter what selfishness, when done right, could get you.
For Vanderaa, the path to victory is personal. A quest to create a man from the ashes of an abusive past. For Misholas, the goal is the same. Honing the self so that the generation before and the generation after are anchored by a champion.
Man, if I have to tell you an interesting story about Ricky, naturally I'm a referee for EFC as well. We've got a sordid tale where Ricky at one stage didn't speak for 6 months.
But he believes in his hands and the power in his hands. Oh, Misholas is right! Misholas almost immediately contested that stoppage, but you can clearly see...
That fight was like my #1 contender fight. Yeah.
So Ricky picks up one day and said, listen, can you come and train?
Yeah, boy, call on call. Most these haters talk silly, really wearing bras.
I think Ricky's biggest challenge is, the legacy that he got in the beginning about just knocking guys out. After that, he was pretty scared about not knocking people out and not landing that straight punch. And that left him a little bit in the lurch where he was like, what do I do now? My shots are not landing. It took us a little bit of a while to say, Ricky, there's more than just a straight punch.
Since I've been in EFC, I always targeting one thing. I cannot quit. I've been doing my best, and I've been saying myself, before I retire for EFC, I have to have that goal. I love to see my kid growing up in a beautiful life, in a decent life, better than what I had. Yes, of course my parents did something good for me ever, but I want to do better to them compared to what my father did to me. If I did suffer today, if I did suffer in my life, I'm not going to be happy to see my kids suffering ever in life. If today I'm fighting, if today I'm working hard, I'm doing this for the sake of my kids. I cannot quit. I cannot live fighting without having something.
The title didn't mean a damn thing to me, and still doesn't. Every time I get a chance to step in the cage, that's a great moment. Can't take that away from me.
Jared, all my ancestors, they need that belt. That belt belongs to Africa.
He is 100% correct that the belt is coming back to Africa. Then I'm going to beat him up I actually might leave the belt there, but that's my choice, not because he took it from me.
You're not fighting Ricky Misholas, you're fighting the whole continent. I'm coming for you. I'm going there to put him down.
Life's too short, and there's only one guarantee, and that guarantee is death. I have a tattoo that kind of says it all. Victim unto it all.
I hope you'll be ready for the fight. Let's do it, boy. Let's do it.
Ricky, March 16th, I'm going into the cage. I'm going to punch you in the face, and the ref's going to pull me off, and then he's going to raise my hand.
EFC 77, 16 March, Times Square, Pretoria.